Uh, Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cloud Webinar. And this is Abbas for you. In today's session, our agenda is first self-introduction, then most important part, I'm going to talk about career, then couple of small issues on how exactly the OS is used. Then we have Cloud Lab, why AWS, job opportunities for freshers. Then let's see if interactive session is possible or so. Fine, guys. So I'm Abbas with more than 15 years of IT experience in training industry, where I've trained renowned corporates. Then I'm certified Red Hat, certified EMC Square, which is a pioneer in the storage industry. Then and I'm an AWS Architect Associate certified. So this is about me. Talking about career. Today you have many career options. You can be specialist in OS, cloud, DevOps, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data center. These are the technologies which are happening. Happening in the sense, how do you say this is happening, happening or, excuse me, happening or it has a demand? Very simple. Let me tell in layman's language or what everybody understands. More the job opportunities, it's technology which is happening for you. See, technology may be the best, but how exactly it's catering the job market, that's important. It could be a fresher or experienced person. So I'll talk about OS a bit. Before I start off, let me say, uh, you hear a lot about cloud. This is a word which is a buzzword all over the market, all over the globe, you can say. There are certain reasons. If something really happens, it's not the media, it's a fact. You got to look into the root cause issues. What exactly has taken over the cloud? Today, you just talk about anything, it's kept in cloud. What is, let me talk in a very simple manner. I'm not going to use any hi-fi technical words, which I don't really believe in. What is cloud? In simple manner, if you see literally a cloud, you find blue all over. Wherever you go, you find cloud. It may be India, it may be US, it may be Singapore, it could be any part of the world. Correct? So how is this word connected to the technology cloud? Okay, a normal cloud that you see through which we receive rains, of course, and the word technology, cloud as a technology, how they have, what is the relationship between these two words? It's very simple. The person who's named this particular technology is great. See, cloud means you, wherever you go, you find services which cater. Okay, like let me give a very simple example to start with. You have a mobile phone, which is a smartphone. You use Gmail account. I'm sure most of you have smartphones on which you open a Gmail account. If you're in remotest village of India, it could be any part of South India to North India to city to country, wherever you go, you can find. Actually speaking, the moment you want to check your mail, you say you log into google.com, then you get into your login name and password, then start accessing the mail. Am I right? How is this available? Who is catering you this? On your mobile, if you could see, there could be a facility, I mean, there could be a storage space of maybe some mobiles have 10 GB or 5 GB. I'm not talking about add-ons. I'm talking about what exactly you get on your mobile phones. It could be any brand. So you have 5 GB to 10 GB, maybe. So you don't store all your Gmails on your phone actually, correct? If it's 15 GB and your mobile has 5 GB of storage, how exactly you store? Where is it stored? Actually, physically, it is stored in Google data center. Please have this in mind, because I'm going to give a simple sentence which won't be more than a single line for you to understand what exactly cloud computing is about. You would clearly understand. Even a layman can understand. That's the simple word I would like to use. So you have all your mails, or in that mail there could be pictures or videos, anything as such. It is actually stored in Google data center. You're just accessing it. Am I right? So physically, it is stored in any part of the world where you have no idea where exactly it is stored in which data center of Google. Am I right? But virtually, you are accessing through your mobile phones or cell phones, whatever you call it. So let me make it very clear. Cloud is extracting of physical resources. You're using it virtually in any remote part of the world via internet. Let me repeat again. Extracting of physical resources, using them virtually in any part of the world, okay, via internet. So internet is the priority for that, of course. And most important part is this is in a very simple manner I've said. Now this is just you're talking about using mails, which is a facility from Google. Now let's talk about storage you need. Now you have a facility in your office. Okay, you don't want to physically store a hard disk of 1 TB. Okay, 1 TB hard disk is to have the hard disk to maintain and take care of so many things. I'm just talking 1 TB hard disk. What if there are series? Say I'm talking about a huge data center which could be a size of about say 10,000 square feet. How do you manage? What all you need? You need a real estate, that is a good office for that. You need cooling plant. You need people to maintain. You need experts who can manage all that. All these things come into picture. Amazon came in picture, or cloud technology came in picture and made things very clear. You don't have to worry about any of these things. We will take care. Virtually use as and when required. So very simple manner, extracting of physical resources, using them virtually in any remote part of the world via internet. So cloud computing is on-demand delivery of compute power, database, storage, applications, and other IT resources through cloud service platform, that is via internet. Now another part important is, the best part about cloud is, I'm familiar only with Amazon, so I would use Amazon. I call it as amazing Amazon. It's the way they have designed. If you could see the Amazon's dashboard, it looks like a child playing a video game or trying to create something. It's very nice. It's very simple. Even layman, if you could tell him, who knows just basic of computers, that suffice. He would get through what exactly Amazon is asking. And the best part of Amazon, of course, we're going to work on it. Once I finish my explanation, we're going to touch on practical. I'm going to take you, we're going to cruise through the console and perform a lab. Now, pay as you go pricing, pay as you go. Say, for example, you just need 1 GB today. Okay, you got to pay only for 1 GB. Next day, you need half a GB. You got to pay only for half a GB. Or you want to use their applications, anything as such. It could be a database, it could be compute power, it could be applications or any IT resources. You just got to pay as you use or pay as you go. It could be whether you are running an applications that share photos to millions of mobile users, or you are supporting a critical operations of your business, a cloud service platform which provides rapid access to flexible and low-cost IT resources with cloud computing. You don't need to make large upfront investment in hardware. I just mentioned a few minutes back. Okay, I just repeat again. You don't need to make large upfront investment in hardware and spend a lot of time on heavy lifting of managing these hardware. So you don't have to worry. It's remotely placed somewhere else. As and when you need, you virtually use it, and that's it. And if you don't want to use it, you don't get charged for that. Okay. Most important part is at times you plan. Okay. Okay. Let me take through this. So this is about cloud computing. Certification roadmap is very important. What exactly certification? The very first certification from Amazon, which I focus on because Amazon is happening, which has a huge market share. I'm going to talk about it. So if you see here, this is the first certification. AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. Then you have level 2, that is second certification, Certified Solutions Architect Professional. The validity of this certification is 2 years. And this is how a Amazon certificate looks like if you just look at this. So this is my certificate, of course, that you guys can see. So let me come back. So this is a certification roadmap. Okay, this is you have practitioner to start with, then architect associate, but you can take directly architect associate also, guys. Let me make it very clear. Okay, then you become a professional. This is for developers. Okay, there are 3 streams you have if you look at it, but our focus would be on admin part. Clear, guys? So let me get certificates. Okay, most important part, me being Red Hat Linux guy, made my life really easy to understand AWS, because AWS cloud, or it could be any cloud, if you launch a server, if you say create a server out here, it asks for, if I use Linux, see, most of the time I use Linux because I personally say that Red Hat Linux is really god of operating system in today's world. That's why IBM took over sometime back, maybe 2 months or so, for $34 billion, and forecasting that through this, there could be huge business. You can't imagine the numbers. It could be beyond 50 or 70 billion business, which I'm just guessing, but it's huge. If I had a snapshot of it, I would have shown you, but you guys can look into it. So Red Hat Linux, you have an option actually to run your cloud either on Windows, Mac, or Linux. But I prefer Linux for a very simple reason, that the kernel of Linux has played an important role in kernel of AWS also. I'll talk about it when I talk about OS. So is Linux or SAN? SAN out here, if you see, this is storage area network, a prerequisite. Yes, I would say personally yes, because Linux, the moment you launch a server on Linux, there are commands which work before you launch the server. You need to execute certain commands on Linux. So these commands are very important to learn before you launch in Amazon server, guys. Okay, that is called as, we call it as an instance. In Amazon's language, instance means server. Clear? To be very precise, a virtual server. SAN means storage area network. You need to have a bit of knowledge. I'm not emphasizing that you need to get certified on that. Just a one-day training for about 2 hours to understand what exactly your data center looks like. See, you have a physical resources where they are placed. You have it's like a warehouse where you have a servers, where you have a networking, where you have a storage boxes placed. Correct? All these are placed in a very secured location with a lot of security. It's of course, it's a human security plus the software security. Excuse me. So this is what I would say, that Linux is really important, and storage area network, which you just need to understand. Course content, of course, we'll talk about it, course duration. Now, option as a career, cloud or DevOps. See, earlier I said there are so many options. Either it could be OS, DevOps, artificial intelligence, security, or whatever it could be, machine language, whatever you learn. OS, Linux OS is very important, and everything today is placed in cloud. So these 2 things have become a prerequisite for any system administrator. You can check for yourself, you can consult experts who are known to you. So this makes your life easy. If you have a if you're familiar with the OS of Linux, it makes easy to understand relevant technologies to it, because most of the technologies in administration side are Linux based, and I don't have to say about any other operating system which is GUI based or whatever it is. And according to Red Hat book, Red Hat 6.3 officially, if somebody questions you, usually they ask for a resource. So you just can't come out with blind stuff. Okay, I liked it and I say this. No, you cannot make such statements. Let me be very clear on this. Red Hat official curriculum, if you see 6, I'm talking about version 6. Now currently version 8 has been launched. Before this we had 7, and Red Hat 6 says CLI is more powerful than GUI. Let me make it very clear. CLI is more powerful than GUI. GUI is graphical user interface, where you have the icons ready, where you just need to pick up your mouse, click, and perform the task. But with CLI, you can have a number of options that you want to work on. You can do a bit of R&D also on that. You can try different options. So that's why CLI is more powerful than GUI. Let me get back to it. Even to develop a GUI, you need to use CLI. Obviously, you need to code things. Okay, so this is about it. Let me get what exactly you need to be an expert after training. Any place that you look for training, guys, please have this in mind. I'm sharing my experience, which I've trained renowned corporates. If you go through my profile, you can see the corporates that I have trained. See, hands-on is the key to good training. Hands-on experience, you need to work on it. Don't rely on excellent theory, and don't even look at it, a trainer performing a task. You yourself need to perform. Have the laptops with you or whatever system with you. Start working on it. That's very important, because practical exposure in IT it's not like a school subject where you mug up and throw up and score 90s. No, this is something which you need to work on it, see the output. The best part about lab practice is, as long as you practice, it's a good friend of yours. As long as you don't practice, it moves away from you. And AWS, I would talk about Amazon. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services, which provides hands-on real-time training. That's fabulous feature, which I have seen in my more than almost 2 decades of experience. There's nobody gives you straight away, just log in and start accessing. And the best part, it looks like a real-time. One of my students asked me, sir, the console that we see out here in training, is it the same when we go to corporates? I said, obviously, man. You just need a login name and a password, and Amazon gives you an access to excellent resources out there. So you can access many resources as you need. The best part, it's instant, okay? And with Amazon, you can play around with services. We call it as services. For example, you want to use an instance. You want to create a server, which is called as instance, as I mentioned earlier. That is one service. Storage is one service. Networking is one service. We call it as service. We want to perform one of the labs out here. Now, the best part about Amazon Web Service, information about services are available on AWS directly. Nobody can just bluff what exactly they feel. No, the best part, every information is available, and they have given PDF. You can download and read more about it. And the best part is, in case if you have any query, there are black dots, of course, which we'll be seeing. If you just take your cursor and place on it, it gives you exactly what it means. So this, I call it as information about services are available on AWS directly. So when we train, or when I train, my focus is, or first I clear concepts, okay? Then I say, if it's an 1 hour or 2 hours of session, I make sure that I talk about concept in the sense, say for example, I want to launch a server today, okay? That we call it as EC2. This is Amazon language, guys. Okay, it's not in general cloud, because there are so many cloud players in the market. But Amazon is the king. It occupies more than 40% of the market globally, and it's used by most of the Fortune 500 companies. So concept in the sense, now EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, the best part, Amazon, which I would say, which is an USP, unique selling preposition or a point, you call it, for Amazon, has used elasticity. Elastic means flexibility, what you have. It says it's very flexible. Elastic Compute Cloud, that is EC2, that is virtual server. What does instance mean? Instance means a virtual server, which then I make you understand what all a server needs. You need an OS, you need an application, you need so many things in that. Everything is pre-configured. You just got to click, and your server is ready. So in EC2, we'll be learning this, and I'm going to demonstrate EC2 lab after I finish my session on this, guys. The next lab which you're going to perform, real-time scenarios are very important. Unless and until, guys, you refer to any of the real-time scenarios, you just can't answer any of the interviews. It's going to be a difficult task for you. For a very simple reason, today's company, today, any of the corporate world you talk about, they emphasize more on industry-ready products. In the sense, you guys need to know what exactly is industry-ready. That's the priority, guys. You got to touch on real-time scenarios. That's why we emphasize more on real-time scenarios. Then troubleshooting, of course, troubleshooting is part of our training or whatever I train on. Unless and until you learn how to troubleshoot, you cannot handle real-time scenarios. Only then you are called as industry ready. So these are the two certifications we spoke about, and this is the stream. Are there any other cloud providers? Yes, Amazon is Amazon calls AWS, Amazon Web Services, which occupies, as I said, more than 45% of the market share. Microsoft calls it Azure, whatever you call it. It's about 13% or so. HP is Helion. IBM uses Bluemix and IBM Cloud. GC, in short, people call this as Google Cloud. Then you have DigitalOcean. Clear, guys? This is the certificate that we had seen. Okay, my question is to myself and to others, why should I take AWS? Why not anything else? Correct? Why not Azure? Why not GC? Very simple. Biggest market share which Amazon holds, I would say in a very simple language, that more the shops, more the employees required. Let me repeat again, more the shops, there's a brand, let me tell you, there's X brand, okay? And it opens 100 outlets. Each outlet needs about 2 people per shop. So people do understand, oh, this is a brand. So you need a lot of employees. Okay, and when you go to the shop, it says, no, we have a certain procedure, guys. You got to, before you enter our shop, you need to understand know-how of a shop and modus operandi, all these things, and then you're in. Clear, guys? Same way Amazon says, guys, before you start working on our product, you need to get trained, you need to get certified, you need to understand the technology. Okay, that is why I said, then next question will be, how do I learn this? Where do I learn this? So that's why we guys are here. You can just come to our training center, we get you certified, it could be online or offline. So next part about Amazon. So Amazon, as I said, it's used by most of the Fortune 500 companies. And not only this, if you see in Bangalore, 2 weeks back, I had a requirement from one of the MNCs. They said, they called me up and said, Abbas, I need about 50 guys right now who are freshers, AWS certified. That's more than sufficient. They just need to understand know-how of technology. And we just want the guys. I said, other than that, what is the criteria? I said, they need to understand how these services are used, how to use the services. I'm just talking about the lab point, as we say in our training words. So I said, guys need to understand the basic lab, and basic of Linux will be an added advantage. And a lot of guys got through. So they have many services, as I said, which would be seen. Once I get into the Amazon console, guys, I'll show you the services out there. Now, coming to the most important part is regions. Regions, Amazon calls it regions, where your data centers are placed. This is a very important factor. They have 18 to 20 regions, okay, globally. And under that, again, you have something called as zones. Remember, regions is again a place where your resources, physical resources are placed. You have your storage, you have your storage boxes, to be very precise, storage boxes which houses hundreds and thousands of hard drives. It's like a football field if you see your data center, okay? And you have networking devices and the servers. So these three are all interconnected. These are called as regions where your data centers are placed. Now, best part about Amazon is, there was a question to Amazon CEO while I was watching. Of course, that video is available on YouTube. You can see nothing big about it. The CEO says, he was questioned by one of the guys, that is press guys, of course. Okay, you have a good data center, you give good services, everything fine. But what if one of your data center fails? If there's outage, what do we do? It made a very clear statement. Whatever happens at our data center in terms of resources, we have another data center as a backup. The moment the data comes into first data center, it's replicated into another data center. This way they have loads of data center, to be very precise, almost 50 data centers, or I could very precisely 18 to 20 regions and almost 50 zones where your data is placed. So you don't have to worry about any kind of disaster. Clear? If something happens at a data center, immediately you start accessing a B data center where your resources are replicated. Okay. Now the best part, let me talk about next point, that is quality services at reasonable commercials. To buy a 1 TB hard disk, if it costs you about 4,000 to 6,000 rupees, it can be just done in a few hundred, say less than 500 rupees or so. The prices are available on console. If you log in and go to Amazon, the moment it's not, again, look at the kind of service. It's like a Windows service. The moment you ask the question, you get an immediate response to it. See, you just need say 1 TB of storage that you want to store. So immediately it says these are the charges. Okay, this is what I call it as quality service at reasonable price. Is it easy to use? Very easy to use. We'll be seeing this particular stuff. And excellent career opportunities, as I said. Okay, next, let's spend 2 or 3 slides on history of AWS. It was founded on July 5th, 1994. It was called as Cadabra 23 years ago. You know who's the founder of this? Jeff Bezos. Today, he's the richest person, of course. We'll be seeing his picture too. In 2004, it had first service. As I said, what are services, right? EC2 is a service, storage is a service, networking is a service. There are so many services. In 2006, they officially launched in the name with these particular services, where 1.8 lakh developers contributed to this. You can say they signed with AWS. Amazon.com retail moved to AWS. They had a retail section from Amazon, which is different. You know what is retail section? They start selling books. You must have heard about it online. That is retail section. Today, you people log into Amazon and buy all kind of goods. It could be jeans, it could be bags, it could be mobile phones, whatever you buy. Also FMCG goods. FMCG is fast moving consumer goods. Everything is available on Amazon. That's a retail. Then IT. They said in 2010, Amazon.com retail moved to Amazon Web Services. 2013, AWS launches courses, the ones which we are talking about. Look at this, guys. He's Jeff Bezos. This is the man. This is the genius behind Amazon. I call it as amazing Amazon. Today, his personal wealth, it says $100 billion, and this is an official thing which is available. So let me talk about how to choose the clouds. A lot of people talk about, you have public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. I won't be talking and bugging you guys a lot on this, because I'll talk a bit, and because we need to see the lab. So you have a public cloud. What is public cloud? Any facility that is from any organization which is accessed worldwide by anyone. To be very simple, public cloud provides easy access to IT resources as you need them, reducing the cost and burden of ongoing hardware and data center management. You have, okay, public cloud is, if you don't have a public cloud, you want to have something for your personal use, you can go for a private cloud. Now let's see what are the benefits of cloud. Most important thing. Now let's get a little technical, guys. We had a lot of discussion on layman's language. Benefits of public cloud: innovation. Drive innovation by leveraging the agility. It's fast, flexible, as and when you need. You can scale up and scale down. Okay, of the public. What is IT modernization? Modernizing applications with cloud capabilities for improved performance and reduced IT cost. Modernization, as I said. Now let me talk about 1 TB of hard disk, which I need to store my data. If it costs me about 5,000 to 6,000, it just charges maybe, Amazon charges maybe 5% or 10% of the actual cost. If you go, as I said, on the console will be seeing these services. Is it cost efficient model? Yes. Only pay for resources you use to run your business. Today, my business demand is I need 10 TB. Tomorrow, my business demand is 8 TB. You don't have to pay for entire 10 TB and worry about next day, do I need to buy the same? No, buy whatever is required. Now, private cloud is totally, it's your personal stuff. Get the agility, scalability, efficiency of public cloud, you said, with greater level of control and security of single tenant. It's a dedicated environment, which is for your personal use and you use as you go. Okay. As I said, agile means faster. Deliver features faster by providing users with on-demand self-service access. Self-service access is it's all under your control. You want it, you take it. You don't want, just leave it. Now, guys, most important question comes into picture. Most of my students question, what about security? Amazon never claimed that we give 100% security. It's 99.9999999 and 9. 99.99s. Nobody's 100% other than God or the infallibles. Okay, so that's the level of security Amazon claims. Okay, said guys, you don't want to have a public cloud, you can have a private cloud. Now, Amazon has one more feature which is called as it comes part of networking. You have a physical data center on one side, another side you have a user in between, which is network. It's called as VPC, virtual private cloud. There again, you have something called as a default VPC, which is from Amazon. If you feel no, I need to have something for myself, say a AWS VPC. So I can have my own VPC and launch all my resources or park all my resources into my VPC. That option also I have. So security is this. So get the enhanced security of dedicated, physically isolated network, compute and storage layers. Have I made myself clear, guys, on this? I hope. Now, customization. Customize the dedicated compute, storage and networking components to best suit your needs. You can take a combination of this. You need 1 GB of hard disk, say about 4 GB of RAM, anything as such you can take. That once we perform the lab, you can see. Okay, gain performance advantage over public cloud with dedicated resources for your business. Yes, we do have. Now let's say some of the people, they say, no, I want to use private cloud plus public cloud. Is there an option? Yes, of course, you have an option. This is the beauty of cloud. It's been designed in such a manner, it suits every user, whatever erupts in his mind, whatever service he's looking at from his point of view, Amazon is ready to provide you. So hybrid cloud is what? Sometimes the best of environment for a workload, okay, is one that combines both. You public cloud, private cloud, single tenant, dedicated environment. That's why we created true hybrid. Now in hybrid also, I can use with different service providers. I can use Microsoft, I can use AWS, I can use OpenStack or VMware. So this is how your hybrid cloud environment looks like. Can you see out here? So today, enterprises manage data growth at the rate of 6.3 trillion gigabytes. Can you imagine? 6.3 trillion GB. And it is expected to grow 28 trillion TB by 2020. Do you think the data warehouses are going to swell in the sense they're going to be big? Today you have 10,000 square feet area where you have parked all your resources, your storage devices, your network devices, your service. Tomorrow something else comes up, you want to again buy, again go for it. You know how long it takes for a 10,000 square feet area to design a data center? It's huge. First, I don't have, okay, let me talk about little basics. You need to buy the real estate I'm talking about, the interiors, then the cooling plant, then power, then the experts for that, and the ACs. You don't have to worry about all that. Amazon says, guys, relax. To build all this, maybe you may take about a month or 2 months, whatever it is. Can be done just in 2 days. No, can be done in one day. No, few hours. No, few minutes. I'll just show you. You're going to see that in practical sense. You'll be surprised. Now, I don't want to touch on this. Okay. Okay, what does multi-cloud mean? Guys, have a very clear picture. What is multi-cloud? Multi-cloud describes an environment that relies on multi-cloud players. Like I can use OpenStack, I can use Azure, I can use AWS. For instance, you may be running a workload that requires large pools of storage and networking resources on private cloud, such as I want this on OpenStack. At the same time, you may have a workload that needs to scale up or down quickly on public cloud such as Amazon. Each workload is running on idle cloud, but now you have multiple clouds to manage. So that's what it means, multi-cloud. Okay, let's go this. Is cloud cost effective? Yes, of course. I just mentioned many times, I've spoken twice about it, so I wouldn't like to waste my time on that. Cloud computing allows users to quickly access an arbitrary amount of compute resources from distance without the need to buy or maintain the hardware. A lot of people, the moment fresher, or they would have heard or overheard, they say, talk a little bit about IaaS, SaaS, and PaaS. See, infrastructure as a service. These are cloud services. If you talk about, those are cloud vendors, cloud service providers. Amazon is a cloud service provider. Then you have Microsoft, GC, whatever I mentioned. Now, services that you use within this is infrastructure as a service. IaaS out here you see is infrastructure as a service, which is built. You need to build infrastructure. SaaS, software as a service. They use a particular software for a particular or specified time that you need to buy. Okay, platform as a service where you just need to deploy. Okay, little bit we'll just touch on this. Similar to old thin client model of software provision. In school or college, you must have seen what is a thin client model, where you have a main server attached to it, then 3 or 4, whatever is your requirement, you attach normal systems with very low configuration. Everything is accessed into that server, okay, and other systems use it. That is a thin client concept. So use of SaaS application tends to reduce the cost of software ownership by removing the need for technical staff to manage and install. See, for example, I want to use a particular software. I have a requirement which suddenly erupts. What do? First, I need to buy the software, which may cost me about, say, for example, a good software for as per my requirement, say 10,000 Indian rupees. Next thing is I need to come and install. Third thing, I need to check the compatibility. Then I need to configure. It's time consuming, guys. Amazon says, guys, why do you want to break your head? Just instead of 10,000. And the most important part, try to understand about SaaS, that this particular software that I'm going to use, though I've paid 10,000, I just need for a month. After that, it is of no use to me. Or I may use it once in a way. See, both the things. Either it is of no use to me, A. B, I'm going to use once in a way, as in when my requirement erupts. What do, guys? Don't worry about it. Amazon says, guys, relax. Just pay me for a month, which is just about 10% of your cost. Okay. And again, when your requirement arises, please pay me then. So isn't it cost effective? Yes, of course. So SaaS applications tends to reduce the cost of a software ownership by removing the needs of technical staff to manage, install, upgrade, as well as reduce the cost of licensing software. For example, you have Salesforce, Google Apps, Dropbox. Okay, guys? Let's talk about PaaS. PaaS is another issue, which is called platform as a service. Provides a platform on which software can be developed and deployed. So you want to say develop a software. So before you develop a software, you need to look into so many factors. What is the platform that I want to develop on? Oh, again, I need to invest on platform. Oh, I thought it comes as a bundle or it comes as a package. So you need an OS, server software, as well as underlying server hardware and networking infrastructure. All this is taken care of. After your software is developed, you don't have to worry about whether you want to have it or not. Amazon says, guys, I have a service called as PaaS, platform as a service. Use it for the specified period. After that, and you got to pay only for that. So you save your cost. You don't have to worry about installing, maintaining, configuring. We are here for you. You just use the platform, rest we take care. So PaaS is built on top of virtualization technology. For example, Heroku, Google App Engine, Red Hat OpenShift, etc. Okay, most important part on which we're going to work, we're going to see the lab, that is infrastructure as a service. It comprises of highly automated, scalable compute resources, complemented by cloud storage, network capability, which can be self-provisioned. Self-provisions, you tell what you want, you click what you want. Amazon says, guys, I'm not forcing you. It's like I don't have a hostile technology. No, you please tell me, guys, what you need. Click option is there. In case if you even if you click it accidentally, there's an option like you can get back and modify it. So easy and so simple and nice it is. It's available on demand. So users of infrastructure as a service can outsource and build a VDC, I call it, virtual data center in the cloud, and have access to many of the same technologies. This is how your on-premises, this is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. This is how your infrastructure looks like. Guys, these are the services. That very first service from Amazon, which I demonstrate usually, they call it as compute. Under compute, these are the service. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Then you have Lightsail, Elastic Container Service, Lambda, Batch, and all this. So we had this doc on this. What I feel is I need to take you guys through a lab, guys. Just hang on. Can you guys look at the console?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think you guys can see. This is how your Amazon console looks like. First, you got to log in. Okay, this is where you get the person who has logged in. This is the login name. This is what is the region, guys. I spoke about what is a region. I said where your physical resources, your data center resources are parked. So you have US East in Virginia, you have Ohio, you have California, you have Oregon, Seoul, Sydney, Tokyo. India is Mumbai. So right now I'm accessing actually physical resources from Mumbai, but I'm sitting on a virtual console. This is how your console looks like, guys. So login name, password, it shows who has logged in. These are the services, guys, as I was talking about. Don't worry, I wouldn't like to duck anything as such. So these are the services. Under compute, you have EC2, you have Lightsail, you have ECS, Lambda, robotics, blockchain, satellite. Then you have management and governance. Storage, you have S3, which is called a simple storage service. Glacier out here. Then so many other services are available here. If you want to look at it, you can just see this also. Can you see this, guys? These are the services around. So we had a very good talk. Thank you very much for listening. Now I just want to demonstrate a lab, guys, as promised. Let me go through. This is compute. You just got to click here. The moment you click on EC2, it takes you to the next window. As I said, I hope you guys can recall, I just said virtual servers are called as instance in Amazon language. Amazing Amazon. So how many instances, guys? It says 0. Now let me talk about it. When you want to buy, when you want to launch a server, very first thing you need to buy a hardware, correct? Say very simple. Let's work out. Very simple. To arrange a hardware, it takes a lot of times. You got to assemble the hardware. Okay, you got to configure the hardware. Then you need to install the operating system. Then install the applications. Then configure all this and test. It may take about, simplest one could take about 8 to 10 hours or 6 hours for a personal stuff. If you talk about servers, it takes 3 to 4 days and subject to requirement of each organization. So out here, Amazon has amazing, I always call it amazing Amazon. Amazing Amazon, the kind of facility, the kind of features and easy access they have provided, as I've said, you can just look at it and understand how easy it is to launch a server. So guys, be ready. We're going to launch a server which is called as instance. So very first thing out here you see it is 0 server, and please mark the time. It is 11:59. Let's see how long it takes for us to launch a server. All right, guys. So I just say launch a server. The moment I say launch a server, see here an AMI. What is AMI, guys? Here, guys, here Amazon Machine Image. It's a template, which is a ready-made template, which is designed. You don't have to worry about it. All you got to do is just click on the template, and template shoots up into the machine, and it is activated. It's like a ready-made. You have a juice which is ready. You just got to gulp it. You don't have to worry about preparing it. So Amazon says, guys, it's ready. So it's a template that contains the software configured. You have OS in it. You have application server and applications, which is required to launch an instance, guys. So out here, okay, one sec, guys. Okay, here I choose a OS with all these features. Right now, Amazon has, I'm launching a server. I've chosen a free tier, guys, TIER tier. It is a free tier facility which is available here. So I choose Amazon Linux 2 OS. I can choose any OS. There are so many options that are available out here. You don't have to worry which one. So Amazon Linux, okay. Then you have Red Hat Linux. Then you have SUSE. You have Ubuntu. You have Microsoft, talking about Windows. Then you have SUSE Enterprise, Ubuntu server with different version, .NET Core, Ubuntu. This. Then guys, what I do next? What is my next thing? After I choose a free tier, I just got to go here and say select this. Done. The most important part is part 2. Choose an instance type. Type means the type of server you want. The beauty of Amazon, really Amazon is amazing, that it says, guys, you have a particular server you want. Okay, please tell me a requirement. You don't have to buy a server that I'm not very adamant. Amazon says I'm not adamant, and I'm not forcing you to buy this. You tell me the requirement. You have general purpose. T2 means tier 2, guys. Nano, small one. So I'm going for a T2 micro, which is a free tier facility. See, T2 micro available, ECU, 1 virtual CPU, 2.5 gigahertz, Intel Xeon family, 1 gig memory, and elastic block storage backed. So here, out here, if you see, EC2 provides a wide selection of instance type optimized to fit different use cases. That's what I said. Each one has its own use case. You can choose instance whichever you need. What are instances? Are virtual servers. As I said, instances are virtual servers that can run apps or applications. They have varying combination of CPU, memory, storage, and networking capacity, and give you the flexibility to choose the appropriate mix of resources. Mix of resources in the sense, as I said, you can choose 2 vCPUs. You can ask for more, better powerful, whichever family you want, more of memory. So I choose right now, okay, general purpose, GP, and tier 2. Then I have 1 vCPU. Memory, I'm taking 1 gig, 1 gigabytes, and elastic block storage. Then low to moderate. Yes, it supports IPv6. Yes, of course. It's about IP address, guys. Who don't know, I'll talk a little bit later. It's just IPv4 we had. Today we have IPv6 also. That is Internet Protocol version 4 and Internet Protocol version 6, which is used for IP addressing, guys. That we'll discuss in future if classes happen. Now I said this. Out here, guys, see, this is what I said. To make one server, I said you may take 6 hours to 6 days, whatever it is. If I just need to mention the numbers here, whatever I need. I need 2, fine. I need 5, fine. I need 8, fine. So right now, let me go ahead with 2. Number of instances, I need 2. And I tell you earlier, I'm sure I mentioned just a few minutes back Amazing Amazon has a feature. Nobody can just talk anything that comes to his heart. You just got to drive the cursor out here. And it says, you can choose to launch more than one instance at a time. Okay. The launch and auto scaling group, okay, this is different. I don't want to touch on it. This is about the purchasing option. Networking, guys, as I said, it's called as virtual private cloud from Amazon, which is between your physical data center and the user, guys. These are subnets. Subnets, another thing, availability zone, you can see out here. So I just go back on this and choose this. I've taken 2. Okay, so easy it is. A kid, even a kid who's in 10th standard can launch this. So about VPC, then you have, do you want to assign public IP address? Okay, placement groups, capacity, identity and access management, which is another. Behavior, specify the instance between when an OS level shutdown is performed. Here, stop and terminate. Okay, you have these. This is a very important thing which you need to have in mind whenever you launch an instance, guys. Protect against accidental termination means all of a sudden you just press the button or click somewhere or do something or the other. You don't have to worry about your instance is lost or terminated. No, this feature, it protects against accidental termination. It's a beautiful thing. We can see this too. Now, this is it. Then I need to add storage. Here, free tier facility, they give you up to 30 GB free. They don't charge you for that. So normal instance and 8 is minimum. So I'll go ahead with 10. Guys, this is a root volume, devices /dev device. See, add storage. Your instance will be launched with the following storage device setting. You can attach additional elastic block storage volumes and instance store volumes to your instance. Means, guys, look at this. Can you see? I'm moving my cursor out here. /dev/xvda. Where has this term come from? It's not a term which is from Amazon, guys. I have been hearing this from, I've been working on this from more than a decade. Okay, this is a very important part which is from Linux. You need to understand Linux or Linux, whatever you call it. So /dev is a directory which facilitates devices. What is device? What are we doing here? We are choosing a 10 GB space. 10 GB space is taken from where? It's not from RAM, it is from a hard disk. What is hard disk? Hard disk is a device. So, excuse me, what is a device? Again, my hard disk is a device, guys. So if I want to partition or I want to acquire or I want to obtain 10 GB of space, where do I get this from? I just get it from Mr. /dev. Only then I can go for partitioning. XVDA, D for virtual, D for disk, A is a first drive from where I'm extracting 10 GB of data, or 10 GB of space, or 10 GB of storage. To acquire or to get myself registered with 10 GB of storage into a disk. A means, guys, again repeat, A means first, D means disk. It's a first disk. V means virtual. You can have SCSI, you can have serial, you can have AFC. That's a different thing which I talk when I talk about storage. / without giving this command, you cannot touch. /dev is a facility which takes you to the devices, and then you can comfortably access a device. Okay. Then I say tag, guys. I click on this and I say tag. I say name. Okay. I'll say name this as Craftsky, KRAFTSKI. Craftsky is the value. Then I say security group is a very important factor. Please read this and understand. A security group is a set of firewall rules that control the traffic for your instance on the page. You can add rules to allow traffic to reach your instance. For example, you want to set up a web server and allow internet traffic to reach your instance. Add rules that allow unrestricted access to HTTP. HTTP, guys, those who know, fine. Those who don't know, hypertext transmission protocol. And the next one with HTTPS is HTTP security. HTTP, web server, or Apache. It's all the same. Or you can create a new security group of yours. So I say, excuse me, I add a rule here. Okay, I go for HTTPS, then add another rule. I take HTTP, okay, and I say review and launch. Okay, the moment I say these are the, if you want to have a review before you could launch, these are the previous we had chosen and configured and as per our requirement. See, number of instances 2, my network VPC is this. This is my subnet, and all these whatever is mentioned. Now I say launch. The most important part about launch is you can launch it. You have to acknowledge to the existing key or create a new key pair. Always, guys, remember, whenever you practice the first time, please create a new key pair. I'll call it as craft key, KRAFTKEY. This is my key which is used, and I say download a key pair, and I say launch. Then I just click on this. I want to check, guys. Hope you remember. If I get back to my EC2 dashboard, it was 0 here, and it is still 0. So wait for some time till your server is launched. I remember my time, 11:59 we launched, and I had so many things to explain in between. Otherwise, it won't take more than 5-6 minutes. So I click on this instance. It's running. Can you see these two servers, guys? These are the two servers that we launched. Okay, and it says it's running. Status check, initialization, alarm none, public DNS. DNS is domain name server, IPv4, public IP. So this is, you remember the key name, crafts key, monitoring disabled. This is the date. Today is August 10th, 2019. At 12:09, I have launched these two instances. This is about how you, can you believe the whole thing has just happened in few minutes. So this is a public IP, guys. Now, if I want to log into this server, how do I log in? I just remember, guys, copy this public IP with you. You need to go out here to this place. You have something called as putty generator, which needs to convert your key. Very important, guys. The key that was downloaded, it was in PEM format, PEM, privacy enhanced mail. Now this has to be converted to a PPK format. Only then you can launch the server. Otherwise, you cannot launch the server. So this is what we have seen. Please, I would like to show you a video, guys. Before that, how exactly your data centers look like. Look at this, guys. This is how your data center looks like. Can you all see this? Ken?
Yes.
That's great. Look at this. This is how your data center looks like. Just give a few minutes and watch this. Waste hard disks are thrown. Huge it is. Look at this. This is how it's kept. You don't know where exactly your data is residing. Look at this. From the time you enter, look at this. Second level. Can look at this. It's like a football field having huge. It's huge. Having I don't know how many number of hard disks. Now, guys, we are actually accessing this sitting in any part of the world virtually. This is your physical data center. We are accessing this virtually from any part of the world. That's what cloud means, guys. Right now, I've logged in. Maybe in one of these disks is my data, which is sitting around. Look at the way they replay. See, manual is always required, guys. It doesn't mean everything is, automated. You have to have human intervention. It's just beautiful. Look at this. See, look at this. Guys, the moment they crush this, they would have a backup for that. This is the cooling plant, which is separate.